Hello everyone and welcome to Codebusting. I'm your host, Code Marvelous, and today we're taking a brand new creation, something I invented this morning, for a spin on Jinteki. We're taking my Mad Campaigns deck for a spin. So it's a Spark Agency deck. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. It is a Spark Agency deck, which is the often underused NBN ID, the googly eye of Sauron. No, it's the first time you res an advertisement each turn, the runner loses 1 credit. So what does this mean? Well, what it means is that you have the ability to tax people out early with money reduction. And the reason why I'm thinking about playing this is because this ability affects Anarch economy, which requires a lot of upfront cash, liberated accounts, daily casts, etc. So I'm hoping I can delay the early period and get some sort of economic supremacy. Some other cornerstones of this deck, we have a lot of advertisements. And we've got friends in high places so that we can recur them ad nauseum. We've also got some Mumbad virtual tours. And some San City grids. An exchange of information, which is going pretty good. Got a data ward, some IP blocks. Let's take it for a spin. Let's see how we do. Alright. So, been cooking it up. Let's see how it goes. Hey, Sanjay. Let's fire up the music. Auto, you can't get my lap. Alright, so let's jump back to the deck for a second. We've got 3 launches, 2 pads. Got a Mumbad virtual tour for the interaction with Helion beta test so that we can get rid of Cipher. Got exchange of information. It's pretty good. Special offer is really good, especially against criminals. So if you're not running AI, I have special offer. If you are running AI, I have IP block. Yeah, seems pretty good. Hey, Thomas. Hopefully we can get an opponent in a second here. Oh, we got Keegan Lane for the lulz. Alright. Come on, somebody. There we go. Come on. Yeah, I'll keep this. Trace stuff's gonna be pretty bad against Sunny, so let's go ahead and get things going. And then before our turn ends, we're gonna, oh, I can't res that because that's ice. We're gonna res that. And then right when the turn starts, we're gonna res that. So they start with 3 credits effectively. Oh, they had to click money to get data folding on the table. Oh, feels good. All right, so let's start ticking away. Let's get Jackson down. Unfortunately, the IP blocks probably aren't going to do a ton of heavy lifting this game. Let's hit it again. Let's throw away the global food. And this at least has an end the run subroutine if they're tagged. So since we're up against Sunny, we're going to need to get rid of the macrophage. We got to go quick and force our opponent to deal with us. So let's hit Jackson. Perfect. So what we're going to do is in a new server, we're going to put down San City Grid. And we're going to put a pop-up in front of it. See if we can bait out a run. And let's get rid of the IP block. We can always get it back later. Thomas, we're in casual. I've stopped going into competitive because there's not a lot of difference in the insanity that people are willing to play. Let me toggle video mode. What would be really ideal is while our opponent is still low here, if we could grab a 3-2. Okay, so this is really exciting. So Security Nexus has been discarded, which means that our opponent likely has the second copy in their hand, which means if we can actually manage to land Helion Beta Test, we can get rid of a Security Nexus. Okay, so we don't get what we're looking for. So put that in a new remote, and let's put the Mumba Temple on the Mumbad Virtual Tour. Thank you everybody for joining me. Archives interface. Well, that's gonna make things kind of crappy for us. I gotta get some ice on that. An agenda. There we go. Force the interaction. Right, the whole idea is with Spark, we need to force them to trash stuff before they're ready. There's the breach. Let's go ahead and make it so that they can't trash anything. See, in this case, I want to make sure that they don't have the 5. Because since they're going to pick Sand anyway, because they know it's there, I don't really want them to be able to trash either unless they have the 10 to trash both. Alright. So my opponent wants me to end the run. So let's draw. Let's get 15 minutes down. Let's press the issue. I will windmill agendas into this server if we have to. Next turn, the Lotus field is going down on the remote if we don't have another agenda. God, I love Spark. Scrubber, you say? Feels good. So, in the meantime, we're going to get the Lotus field on that server. We're going to put the launch campaign in it. And we'll draw. And before the end of our turn, we'll res. Yeah, but it's still there, Thomas. They still have to deal with it. It basically makes it so that they can't run Sand unless it's going to cripple them. Perfect. So just keep going. Vaya con Dios. So, if we don't see the correct breaker this next turn, well, they could get the global food here anyway. Free money. Don't hit the global food. Oh, well. We can always get it back. Hey, we got friends. Alright. So here's what we do when we friends. We're going to put the IP block on HQ. We're going to get a bucko. And then we're going to friends. We're going to put that in server 3. And we're going to put that on HQ. And then we're going to wait for them to take their drip bucks and do the thing. Yeah, Coyote. Friends is pretty absurd. Hey, Will. Clot. Alright. I mean, I guess I'll just purge it and get rid of it immediately. Will, this is about me playing Spark Campaign. That's what this is all about. Because sometimes you gotta be a madman. So you can't use programs, so I guess I'll just keep you out. And you get a tag, which is fine. You don't have any power taps, so I might actually try to beat you on that trace if you don't manually clear it. My favorite play that I've done with this, which happened at lunch today, is I put 2 Mumbad virtual tours in the same server. Oh, hang on. This doesn't actually do anything. So let's go ahead and just let our opponent in. I put 2 Mumbad virtual tours in the same server. They hit both, went down to like 2 credits from 12. Then the next turn, I friends and high placed one of them onto each of R&D and HQ. They were not pleased. I mean, I don't think it's really worth it. I'm not counting on the trace. There's no power taps. I would like to draw breaking news. So I can get the party started. There's the security nexus. Oh yeah, come on in. You'll have exactly enough to trash both? Oh, I mean, I guess you'll have scrubber bucks. I'm still completely okay with this. Oh, if I could get the Helion beta test, that would be so good. Turning wheel. Interesting. I don't actually have to beat them. I just have to make them spend enough that they can't steal. So let me do the mental math. It's a trace 5. They need to have 3 credits left. So let me go ahead and spend 3. Oh no. You can't steal it? Alright, apparently my opponent is conceding. Alright, well, it looks like my opponent has left the game, so I'm going to call that a win. Alright, so that's one. Against the Link deck, no less. Let's do it again. Doesn't it just feel good to drink scotch and advertise? I mean, we're the ones who, the ads decide what people buy, right? Like, read the World of Android book, all of the predictive algorithms and psychographic data that NBN harvests from Sync and uses to mine data for all their ads. But yeah, I'm excited. I like trying new stuff, neat stuff. This was my shower deck this morning. I promised people that after testing Cipher yesterday that I would try to test something that dealt with Cipher, and this is the most interesting rush that I can think of right now to try to just win fast and hold people down monetarily. Let's take a look. I think one of the more sublime things in this deck is you can do some really weird crap with Keegan Lane and like the interaction between Data Raven and not Macrophage, but and Archangel to get two things. Yeah, it's just interesting. There's a lot of triggers in this deck. Ah, yes, Victoria Jenkins, Coyote says, would be very proud. Well, you know, somebody has to advertise all the programs. Right? Yeah. I know mentions that disrupting early economies could be a way to go, considering where people are going. Hopefully we'll get an opponent soon. There we go. Hopefully my advertisement here is not lost on people. Let's look at the opener. This actually looks pretty not bad. Let's keep that. That's true. Tassily mentions that if we manage to hit Cipher with the Helion beta test, if they're at full memory, they're also going to have to trash 2 programs. Alright. Let's give them the old GLHF. And let's fire it up. Oh, absolutely perfect. So, we're going to put this on HQ. We're going to put this on R&D. And we're going to install this on HQ. And then we're going to res it. Yay, Temujin. Alright. Now we're on a secret mission. To tax. Cipher? Yeah. Yeah, come on in. The Data Raven's fine. It's actually surprising how easily Spark can make people just burn up their cash. Let's put that on. Actually, let's draw first. Let's draw once more. And let's put Data Raven on R&D. Alright, Clippy in the bin. Other two scrubbers in the bin. Man, some serious asset hate, huh? Alright, so now we res the Archangel. They do not have the ability to deal with it. So we're going to fire the Trace. Do we pick up the Temujin? Yeah, I feel like that's the right choice. Force the replay. Perfect. So we're going to put this in a new remote. We are going to put a special offer in front of it and click for a credit. They're going to check it. Is there an AI in the trash? There is not. Come on in. The water's fine. They might snipe an agenda here, but I don't necessarily think we care. So has anybody else done any Spark experiments? There's Yogg. So we're ready to res the Data Raven. Alright, we've got another sand which we can hold. In the meantime, let's gain some money dollars. And put this on R&D. Levy's in the bin. If only we were playing Arc Lockdown. I'm okay with this. So I think next turn might be a purge turn. Just so we don't get any parasite weirdness. Yeah, it's purge. The next turn, we're gonna put we're gonna put. Do we want to put the new Sand down? We could put 2 Sands down. Be a real jerk. I don't know. What would the Doge do? This is what I like to see. Our opponent is just drawing, trying to find answers. Alright, so we're getting a little flooded. So I think we gotta put Sand in a new remote. We gotta gain a buck. And then we gotta do this in a new server. And this over server 2. There you are, buddy. There's Cipher. Sand. Yeah, France. The original idea had Museum of Natural History, or Museum of History, so that I could just recur friends forever and ever and ever and ever. But it was a little too slow. There it is. Yes, go completely broke. We're in a tough spot. We can't really friends right now because we need to be able to protect Sand so it doesn't get soul setted, so I can breaking news and trash it. We'll be alright. We'll be alright. We just gotta play careful and get that soul set off the table. Okay. I need ice. Like, I desperately need another piece of ice. I know I'm putting stuff out to be soul-setted, but I'm trying to keep the runner off any money. get friends back in there. And let's get Keegan back in there. Yeah, you can have it. Keep strangling your economy. I just really need to get a hard and the run ice. That works. If we can just get this Sand rezzed, we could trash the Sol set and everything will be fine. We won our first game, kind of, sort of. I mean, we were on track to win. Alright, they didn't trash it. So now the real fun begins. But they did it because they didn't want me to get the money from the special offer, which is pretty freaking funny. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to put this in there. And then we're going to get some money dollars. We're doing it. Playing hard matchups, and we're scrapping hard. There's the cipher drop. Don't hit an agenda. We frickin' need one more credit. Please run R&D again. Hopefully our opponent just saw the Hellion beta test. That would be incredible. So we're gonna do trace 3. Oh no, wait. Yeah, well no, they can't install Clippy, so trace 3. So they can get in, but they cannot trash anything. Woo! IP lock doing work. And thanks to the recurring of the special offers, we are go for launch on Sand City Grid to get rid of this Sol set next turn. And our opponent is zeroed out. And the cheapest and most effective way for them to recoup money is to run R&D, which is going to help us recover from this sand res. I feel good about it. Hang on. Oh my god. So why don't we just do the helium beta test instead? Let's just do that. Wait, didn't our opponent destroy a piece of ice? Oh, it's accessed card, that's right. Get that Sol set off the board. I kind of hope our opponent picks a GFI here, because then we can just get it back later. So far, this deck is working a lot better than I thought it was going to. Yeah, Laura, yellow's so good. Like, the best. If no weird things happen, then we are going for Astroscript next turn. Then probably after that a Purge. But our opponent did get some decent value out of Sol set before it went bye-bye. Okay, so let's look for recursion in the bid. The Deja Vus are somewhere. This list usually runs two same old things. They're both gone. So we have to assume that our opponent is holding the Deja Vus. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time. No worries, because we're talking and thinking too. Our opponent's in kind of a bad spot. They really need to get rid of that sand, but it's gonna re-cripple them to do it. Alan, I couldn't trace, well, I could have traced 4 tagged him, I guess. That would have made sense. Yeah, that's a good catch. Isn't there an MK in the trash? There is. So our opponent could potentially get into HQ, which would be very bad. There's the same old thing install. There's the Parasite, okay. So we gotta clean out our hand. Yeah. Now, our opponent is probably gonna kill this Data Raven, but I'm not actually super sure that we care. Every turn that our opponent does not deal with the sand, we are just hurtling towards victory. Man, NBN really does get all the best dice. Temujin. Where's it going? R&D? HQ. Ho ho ho. Now, don't hit an agenda. Whew. Okay. So let's get the bigger one out of our hand. Stay on the plan. Yeah, Hellion's live, but we can't hit with it. We have to be able to win a trace. The best part is after whiffing, I'm guessing that our opponent is going to assume that we don't have any other agendas in our hand. Okay, so what's the play here? We don't have the credits to do the NAPD. If we did, this game would be over, but we don't. So I think we gotta clear the hand. We can't score the NAPD. We do not have enough clicks. We are going big dig. There's the Beal. We've now got the credits we need to win. Thanks to our old POW product placement. Don't hit the agenda. Woo! We win. Good game. So that's 2-0. Lieutenant Dan live stream. Alright, so Criminal's a rough matchup. But Data Ravens, I think we need more money. Yeah, that's better. But you know, the secret tech. Alright, let's zoom it back up. For the time being, anyway. Alright, so let's put that on HQ. And let's put that. And get the credit. Well, it's less good. Yep. Rough start. Now we have the age-old somebody bringing a deck that is particularly well suited after seeing what I'm running, which people can't help, you can't help but do when you know the list. Okay. Yeah. What list? Is this some sort of established game that people are playing? And our opponent is already at 5 points. We need to get probably that IP block for archives. I ain't letting you have any money. I'll be honest, I don't know how we are going to win this. We do have to go fast. So I think we go money, money, money. Yeah, Sanjay, isn't it elegant? The pop-up window would give us the money to pay for the special offer, which would give us the money to pay for the data raven. It's elegant. Don't hit the breaking news. Thank you. Alright, next turn we gotta just get this breaking news out of our hands. Whatever. From 0 to Data Raven Res. Next turn we gotta get that Data Raven in front of that Sand City grid. Let's get some money. And then let's friends in high places. And then while our turn is still going, we'll res that one. And then right when our opponent's turn starts, we'll res the other one. Okay. Sol set slums in every deck. All right, so yeah, Coyote, you played the... Yeah, please leave. Yeah, we're definitely in trouble. Apparently, Sol set slums is just in every deck now. Our opponent probably wins here. Nope. Come on, NAPD. Nope, good game. So, 2-1, 2-1. Let's keep it going. I mean, it happens. I had one ice in the opening hand, and they picked 5 points of agendas in 2 turns. That's what Gabe does. I mean, we're doing fine. We were starting to claw back in that game. Like, if our opponent had been at 1 or 3 agenda points instead, we could have easily won that game. More criminal. Let's keep this. Yeah, it is a lot of pressure. That's the idea. Okay, so we gotta get rid of that pretty quick, huh? So we put the special order on archive. Well, let's draw. Let's install that on archives. And then let's do that. I don't know, Will, if it's normal for somebody to microwave sauerkraut to reheat it. There it is. You get a tag. Out you go. Perfect. Put that on server 2. Put that on HQ, draw a card. That Mumbad virtual tour is going to go on R&D where we're the weakest. Logos. Interesting. So let's draw. Let's draw. There you are, you beautiful bastard. Let's put that in a new remote. And let's ditch these agendas that I can't score right now. And I don't know if our opponent is using rumor mill. So we got to do the immediate use. Plus, I don't want the server to be there. You got to spend 1. There you go. Don't hit an agenda. Yeah. Oh yeah, I did put it in the wrong place. Oh well. Yeah, that's probably going to be a jack out. But maybe not. Temujin. On HQ, there's treachery afoot. So let's draw. Let's put a special order on HQ. And then let's put that on R&D. Ooh, Fisk Investment Seminar. Our opponent will get a tag and I'm enjoying this Spark deck immensely. Hope everybody else is too. Sorry I'm not talking very much. I'm just really interested in this idea. I really hope our opponent drops a public sympathy so they don't have to discard as much, and then we can sweep for value. So we're at 8, so we need to get rid of 3 cards. So let's go ahead and sweep. Let's sweep. And then let's Franz. And let's do a special offer on R&D. And a Astro Bar and a new remote. Let's res that. Then we can pitch a global food here. Yeah, Adam, thank you for joining us. We're actually 2-1, so we're not doing terrible. Okay. So, I think we put we draw one. Ooh, exciting. I think we put the Lotus Field in front of server 4, and then that's going to be our scoring server next turn. We're going to put a Data Raven in front of it, so we'll also put Keegan in that server. And then we'll call that a day. And we're still just shutting off security testing. There's the Fisk, which I do not care about. There's an easy trash for us. Gang signs. Alright. I mean, if that's what you're into, I guess. So, let's go ahead and fire it up. And we are going to put a Data Raven on server 4. We're going to put breaking news in server 4. And then we are going to put this on HQ. And we're going to actually pitch the agenda. And then we're going to res product placement. So our opponent starts with no money. We still haven't... We've only seen one Jackson, so we'll be able to rescue that stuff. And if we score here, then last click I can always friends in high places and get the Beal into this server as well. I just love the interesting thought lines that this deck is making. Okay, so there's a couple of things I really don't want my opponent to bounce here. So let's go ahead and res that. Let's go ahead and res that. Let's start the turn. Let's go advance, advance, score. Yeah, Chris, I'm playing Spark. We're 2-1. This is game 4. So what is my opponent bouncing? Actually, I can probably go up a zoom level. God, I'm surprised by how well this is doing. Okay, so, oh, no, there we go. I've got to be one size out. All right, so then, do we just trash a resource here? Yeah, I actually think that's fairly viable. Let's do that. Let's kick them while they're down. Let's pitch the pads because we can always, the campaigns because we can always get them back later with friends in high places. Yeah, Adam, what I'm finding by playing this is that I'm surprisingly well able to keep things going. So I'm going to give the runner 1 tag. And I'm going to trace for 3. To get a counter for a tag, which I can use at any time to completely ruin your life. So I'm okay with whatever you're doing here. Go ahead and take all my money. Do not care. Yeah, totally fine. Because now I am going to give them this tag, and then I am going to trash. Yeah, let's just go ahead and give them the tag, and then let's trash a resource, trash a resource, trash a resource, and get out of my face, please. The phage is probably not going to come up, so let's get rid of that. Yeah. Now, in our opponent's defense, we're not playing something that's standard by any stretch of the imagination here. So this is a weird matchup for our opponent. Let's draw. Let's put that on HQ. I don't have a ton of money, so let's just bluff an agenda in the scoring remote. All right, so the good news is we can start doing some interesting baiting stuff. Where are our Sansans? Or other Jackson, for that matter? This pad campaign's doing a lot of work. Oh, did the music die? Here. There we go. Deuce is wild. God, special order or special offer is so good in this deck. Sanjay says that it's a good idea that I protected the pad campaign with the product that's placement. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or serious. Temujin on archives. That is somewhat disastrous. They're gonna get 2 bumps. This is pretty bad. Yep. And we're gonna super lose here. Okay, so that really sucked. But I don't know, something. Dark side. We gotta get that. In front of archives. We gotta get that in front of server 4. Yeah, that was pretty disastrous. We're in pretty rough shape here. Where the hell are my sands? Yeah, I'll res it. So we might be 2 and 2 here instead of 3 and 1. Should not. Well, I mean, I pitched the agenda so they wouldn't get gang signed. But we've still got 2 more breaking news, so we can get an exchange play if we can get a San. Okay, we have got to get agendas out of our hand. We have... Okay, so let's put that down. We need money. And then I think we're just lose here. If we survive the next turn, the Archangel's got to go on HQ. No, it's a data raven. All right. Whew. You're having a rough time. Where is my exchange of information? We're just gonna lose here. Because we can't get an exchange of information. I knew I shouldn't have taken the closed accounts out of here. And it's for reasons like this. Still no sands. So let's get the launch bars out. We res one this turn. And one next turn. Sand City Grid would be a nice draw. Exchange of information would be a nice draw. This flood is like unreal. We just have an entire handful of agendas we can't draw. We can't draw an exchange, and we didn't draw a Sand City Grid until the bottom 10 cards. And I can't score without immediately losing. Draw. All right. And now we are in business. So next turn, we score the Astro. And then we hope for the best. Because, like, we are in the danger zone. Like, hardcore danger zone right now. I am okay with this. So we gotta put that on HQ. We gotta draw. And then we gotta put that on server 4. And then I think we lose. Yeah, I think we just lose. Unfortunate. Not really. I mean, yes, they did in this particular matchup, but if they had helped us draw San at any reasonable amount of time, we would have just walked all over our opponent. So we're 2-2. And it's another criminal. Mulligan. What's up with all the criminal? Turn 1 Temujin. No, I didn't mean to gain a credit. Man, we are getting flooded like every game. Yep. Yep. Just take all your money. I mean, there was no other call. If I put the special offer down, they still Temujin. We've got our centrals protected now. The good news is Geist doesn't usually run more than 2 Temujins, and Geist does not usually run security testing. So we're even now, 2-2. This is a tiebreaker match. Let's see what we can do. Going in for the trashes. Just go ahead and bring them right back. Feels good. You want the pad campaign? You can have the pad campaign. Don't want me to have that persistent money? I understand. Unfortunately for you, that current is not long for this world. Hostage. Tech trader, right. I feel okay about this. So do we go for the score here, or do we save it for some shenanigans later? I think we save it for some recovery shenanigans. Let's go ahead and put down the pop-up on R&D. And then let's draw a card since Macrophage is not doing shit for us this game. Chris, I am running 3 launch campaigns, 2 pad campaigns, 3 product placements, 3 pop-ups, 3 special orders. So I think that's a total of 13. Yeah, 13. No. I would have to double check. I'm bad at math. All right. So let's put this in a new server. Let's put this on top of it. And then let's get pad and that in a new remote. And then we res 1 before our turn ends. And then right when our opponent's turn ends, begins we. So we're just keeping the money down. Yeah, go trash that pad campaign. You can have it. I will let you trash it as many times as you want, and then I'll just recur all 3 friends in high places. 14 ads. Thank you, Tass. Hope everybody's enjoying. I'm so glad so many people are interested in watching me test my off-color jank. Yeah, let's get you to waste one of your breakers when it's suboptimal. We have optimal inside job protection here. Pop-ups on the outside of both, so we can stop inside jobs for 0. Our opponent has to use a spike here, which is fine. I kind of hope they get the global food here. That's okay. So access the upgrade. Thank you. Yeah, Thomas, I like this deck a lot too. All right. So where do we put that? Well, here, let's draw. Ooh. We got exchange of information now. Oh, that's exciting. All right. So let's do even more of a tease. We're going to be ready to rock and roll soon. What about Pad Campaign Master? I love the googly eye of Sauron because it looks like the Black Tower, but like with a spiky gelled up haircut. All right, so you're going to use that. We're going to use the Jackson because that one you can actually afford to trash. And we're going to get back friends, and a product placement since we're not likely to use that as a target for friends in high places. Now that that's down, I think that the Mumbad virtual tour goes with the Sand City grid, especially since Geist can escalate to a lot of money. I really hope our opponent checks R&D soon. Get that extra ad money. Even better. So we're gonna put. We're gonna go bold. We're gonna make our opponent go broke if they want to deal with this. So we're gonna go here, like this. We're gonna go here, like this, and then we're gonna go here with it. So if they manage to get through all of that, we're going to be set up to just take it right back to next turn. Laura, if you're still with us, I hope you enjoy this play. It's a bold move, Cotton. It's a bold move. There's the spike. Right, they don't have the MU. Yeah, sure thing. Oh, it's so good. It's so chocked full of nuts. This is a rare instance though where I want our opponent to take this agenda. Like I don't want to score this. Yeah, so let's just res that. They lose 2. See if they continue. They don't. So they only lose 1, but I still gained 1, so that's okay. Geist is showing the vulnerability that he has to rush. Because once Geist really gets going, things get terrible. But when things aren't terrible, you can just kind of walk all over a Geist if they can't get the engine started. So then, let's go ahead and res. So now our opponent has $0 starting their turn. Ooh. I have not successfully fired Hellion beta test. All right. So things are getting interesting. We are having... This is what should be a very tough matchup, and we were able to... I mean, now our opponent's very nervous. They're playing a solid archetype, but it's clear that they're a little nervous being on camera. But this should be a bad matchup for us, and we were able to do the thing that this deck does very early and leverage that power. So let's go ahead and sweeps, and then we're gonna put the NAPD contract in server 7. Yeah, I might take out Keegan, and just put in like a closed accounts. That might be a good option, and I might take out Helion and add like a then take out a Friends in High Places and do 2 Adonis campaigns, maybe? I don't know. I'd have to look at it. Alright. So, our opponent has 1 turn to win. That's true. Noah mentions that I could use the new card NAX. I'm already only at 2 pads. Does NASX, does it have a influence cost, or is it true neutral? That's true. Thomas brings up that Helion helps me take care of Aaron. Well, let's take a look at it anyway. It's unique. If only it was an advertisement. Yeah, it could be an ad, Sanjay. If I played the ad agenda, that doesn't really work. We can't base our strategy on anything that requires us to score a 4-2. You never base your deck on anything that requires the scoring of a 4-2 or a 5-3. I don't know. I think with piloting practice, I think this is good. Maybe Keegan Lane just becomes a closed accounts? What do we think? Yeah, we went 3-2, and one of the ones that we lost, we absolutely deserved to lose. The Gabe game, the flood that we I'm sorry, the Gabe game, we deserve to lose. The Leela game, we were just so incredibly flooded, it was impossible for us to do anything. Got very bad draws. We did our best, but we just couldn't close. I mean, is best defense, like, what's best defense really killing unless they have like a billion tags? A same old thing? Like, I mean, is the idea that, like, I do a breaking news score, then I best defend something that costs 2? Like, I guess I just don't understand what it's doing in this build. If people go tag me, I guess I could kill whatever I want. I mean, I could try it out. It's definitely something worth trying. Best defense, net ready eyes. Yeah, I think for now, let's cut Keegan and do 1 best defense. The list as it gets edited is in the show notes below. Yeah, so Brian, Chris, and Enrico are bringing up a bunch of zero-cost cards that I forgot about. But yeah. Including Net Ready Eyes, Street Peddler, Scheherazade, Self-Modifying Code. But yeah, we can test it out. There's nothing saying that we can't test stuff. I'm surprised at how good the economy is in this deck. God, recurring the special offers feel incredible. Sanjay, did you just say street magic? I don't know, I like it. So one of the other things that I was thinking about is if I cut 15 minutes and a breaking news and put in another NAPD, and that frees up a card slot, which could be like a scarcity of resources or something else, or my 3rd pad. What do people think? I like having all of the 2-1s. Yeah, the problem is, Adam, if we want scarcity, we have to have 2 at least to have a decent chance of finding it early. Okay, so if we cut an NAPD and the 15 minutes for a GFI, that frees up a slot. We've already got exchange. We've got best defense now. Do we add a 3rd pad or do we add like a closed accounts? Two exchange, right? Because now we're at the 3rd global food. Hey Abram, welcome to the party. Have you been here the whole time? I 1000% think 3 Data Ravens is the right idea. It slows people down a ton. No, 3 Data Raven isn't the right idea, Abram, or no, you haven't been here the whole time. Sanjay mentions that we could do snatch and grab, but I don't think I really have anything that I want to snatch and grab. I want a hard-hitting news? Am I leveraging that? I mean, I guess it buys me a turn. I mean, what do we think? Do we think we want hard-hitting news? Yeah, I don't really think that hard-hitting news has a huge place here because I'm not capitalizing on it. Psycho could be okay. I don't think people are ever going to have enough tags to make Psycho viable. And in the games where they do have enough tags to make it viable, I probably don't have money anymore. I still have 3 breaking news, Chris, so I can use San City Grid to get the score. Yeah, I mean, I could cut Microphage and put in a single hard-hitting if we think that that's a good idea. Yeah, you know, I kind of like that. Let's put in 1 hard-hitting news. I can test it. There's nothing wrong with testing it, right? Because if they do decide to go tag me from that point, Best Defense becomes a lot more powerful. It becomes more like a Keegan replacement. Exchange of information turns on, and some other things as well. Well, if we're now that we've got the hard-hitting news, we could do a psychographics, or do we want closed accounts or psychographics? Or do we want to... I mean, I don't think we're ever going to land that boom. Abram mentions that we could just put a boom in instead of Helion beta test, which would be really spicy. But I don't think that's likely to come up. I mean, we didn't get to play Helion for a fact 1 time, which is unfortunate. But that doesn't mean it's not going to be impactful sometimes. Whereas I feel like Helion beta test is going to be very impactful every single time we play it. I don't know. Let's do the boom, because I love meat damage, and let's do 1 more game really quickly. And then I gotta go to bed. The only thing I can really think that I would change from this ice suite would be to turn these into wraparounds or maybe vanillas even. And then have I'm not cutting ravens. Alright. Hopefully we can get an opponent quickly. Alright, let's do it. Mulligan. That's a pretty good opener. Okay, so we are going to put this on R&D. We're going to put that in a new server, and then we're going to sweeps, and then before the turn starts, we're going to do that. Digging for that good Haley trigger. Noah, if you've ever seen the movie Young Frankenstein, damn your eyes. Don't... Oh, Reaver Shop. Interesting. Alright, let's do this. Let's draw. Let's draw again. And then... let's cripple the economy even more. Let's put that down and res it. Replicator, what is going on? Alright, so let's go ahead and sweep. Let's do a new remote. Let's put Beal in there. They're really poor, so we might be able to get the 5-3 Beal here. What is going on? Record Reconstructor? Okay, this is what's going on. I'm just gonna start, I mean, I can just do this old school and just slow advance a Beal until I win. What is going on? Alright, so that's a 4-point Beal. Yeah, but why would you include, like, this many cards in your deck just to sell to Aesops? The whole idea of Aesops is you include 1 and 2 cost cards that are situationally useful, then pawn the ones you don't need. Top hat. Okay, this is a really weird deck. I don't have enough room. They are also getting LDS processors down. So I guess we'll just go ahead and put that in server 2 and advance it twice. Oh my god, my eye is going crazy. So, for those of us watching at home, our opponent is using the ability of Spy Camera to make sure that they always hit with Oracle May. So we're not going to get to really check any of the cool things of this deck because I'm just shutting this down before our opponent has a billion credits. So the final list, we added a boom. We changed some of the scoring plan. Still looks pretty solid to me. I'm going to keep testing it, and I'll report back, let everybody know how it goes. Thank you very much for joining me on your Tuesday. Have a great night, and until we see you all again, always be running.